Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it is time. The Champions League semi-final is upon us as only 4 teams remain in the biggest club competition in world football. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. And of course, right everyone, it is Finn here, and welcome to my Champions League semi-final prediction video, where today we're going to be predicting the games between Manchester City and Real Madrid and Liverpool versus Benfica. 2 massive semi-finals to talk about, and of course, only 2 can make it through to the final. Of course, we're going to be talking about both of those games in today's video. Now, of course, the quarterfinals have just ended, and we've definitely seen some big surprises. I mean, Bayern Munich, the whole world is kind of looking at you. How on earth did you get beaten by Villarreal?
I don't know.
But of course, looking past that, it doesn't matter why they lost to Villarreal. The fact of the matter is the fact that Villarreal are through to the semi-finals of the competition, and they will be facing the likes of Liverpool. Could they maybe cause another upset? I mean, to get to this stage, Villarreal beat Bayern Munich and Juventus. We kind of could be in for a surprise versus Liverpool. Of course, we'll be talking about that in today's video. Of course, along with that, we've got Manchester City versus Real Madrid. I mean, this is the creme de la creme of the footballing world. This is the cherry on top of every ice cream sundae you have ever seen in your life. I mean, if you put a gold bar on top of that ice cream, that is the equivalent of this match.
Okay.
I mean, Real Madrid versus Manchester City, just looking at where these 2 teams at the moment are, what a semi-final this is going to be. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you are new to this channel and you haven't seen too much of my stuff before and you do want to catch more of it in the future, for whatever reason you want to see more of me, don't forget to subscribe down below. But of course, jumping into the 2 semi-finals for this video, first of all, we're going to be talking about Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Now, of course, looking at Manchester City, they've just come out of what I can only describe as being the most agonizingly boring quarterfinal, maybe in Champions League history. I would have much preferred to put needles in my eyes. I mean, Atletico Madrid played the most boring version of football I have ever seen. Of course, Manchester City won the first leg 1-0 and it was a 0-0 draw in the second leg. I mean, Atletico Madrid, for a side that has been managed by Simeone for so many years, what a boring display that was. I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't have their single shot on target or a single shot throughout the first 130 minutes of the 2 meetings. I mean, a really bad display from them. But at the end of the day, Manchester City were by far the most dominant team.
I'm so happy, believe me.
Obviously, looking at Manchester City, I mean, they are in pretty good form at the moment. Also recently having a very good display versus Liverpool in the Premier League. Although they didn't come away with the win, I have to say, Manchester City, it was their game to lose. They had a really good display, and they'll be upset that they didn't take those 3 points. So of course, saying that, Manchester City looking very strong at the moment, but do they stand a chance versus Real Madrid? Of course, looking at Real Madrid at the moment, they've just lost to Chelsea in the Champions League 3-2, but on aggregate, of course, they win. At the end of the day, although Real Madrid didn't end up winning that game versus Chelsea, they really have potential to go all the way. As we know, Real Madrid, the most successful team in Champions League history.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
And they've got some real stars in their team. I truly think that this could go either way in this fixture. I mean, looking at Real Madrid, Karim Benzema, if he does not win the Ballon d'Or this year, I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. I feel like I've got absolutely no knowledge about football if he doesn't end up winning it. I mean, obviously the Ballon d'Or, there are talks this year that it might be held halfway through the year once the season has ended due to the World Cup and all of that, which, if that is the case, Karim Benzema 100% deserves to win it. I mean, 12 goals in 9 Champions League games this season. He is running away with assists and goals in La Liga at the moment. You look at the rest of that team, Luka Modric, forget the fact that he's 36 years old. You'd swear he's a 20-year-old footballer by how he played versus Chelsea. Vinicius Jr., this entire Real Madrid team, they are not going to give Manchester City an easy time at all. Looking at these 2 teams going head to head, it is extremely impossible to predict who the better team between these 2 are, which is why I feel like no matter who I predict to go through, I definitely am going to get attacked. But the first team I'm going to predict through to the final of this season's Champions League, I actually have no idea, but I might just have to go for Real Madrid, you know. I know a lot of people are probably going to boo me for that one. I honestly think Manchester City, probably the best team in the world at the moment, but just looking at Real Madrid, the kind of comebacks they have, the kind of performances that they can have on odd occasions, I mean, they really look strong. When Real Madrid switch on, they are by far the deadliest team in the world. As I said, Man City, definitely going to be tight competition, but for some reason I just have a gut feeling that Real Madrid will make it through.
Remember, sir, there's no right or wrong answers, okay? All right.
Which of course does mean that Manchester City won't make, or Manchester City, I don't know what that was, which does mean Manchester City will not make their second consecutive final in the Champions League. Now moving on to the second semi-final, of course we've got Liverpool versus Villarreal. Now of course, as I said, Villarreal, to get to this stage, obviously they can be tremendously proud of themselves. You've just beaten Bayern Munich and Juventus. I mean, that by itself should win you some sort of medal to be Villarreal. Obviously, is this Unai Emery's chance to win the Champions League? To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I mean, Mr. Good Evening, I mean, he's had an absolutely incredible European career so far as a manager. I mean, the amount of trophies he's won in the Europa League, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow ended up stealing this year's Champions League. Looking at the team as a whole, although player by player, not better than Bayern Munich. I mean, the performance they had in the two legs versus them, they played such incredible football. I mean, I would almost say, I mean, if you didn't look at the Spanish league table at the moment, they played a very similar-esque kind of style of football to your Real Madrid, to your Barcelona. The quick tiki-taka style of football, the way that they attacked that Bayern Munich defense, the way that they defended themselves, Villarreal could really give Liverpool a run for their money. Now, of course, looking at Liverpool, do I think Liverpool will be like Bayern Munich and Juventus and crumble under the likes of the Yellow Submarine? Now, that, of course, is a very tricky question, because looking at Liverpool, they've obviously just drawn 3-3 to Benfica with some really odd defensive errors. Mind you, I feel like defensively they've made some very poor judgments, specifically in the Champions League this season. I've heard people say that, going against the likes of Villarreal after Benfica, Liverpool have been handed an easy road to the final this season. We can't say that. I don't know who came up with that load of crap. But if you look at Liverpool, they were given the group of death this Champions League season. Atletico Madrid, Porto, AC Milan, they beat teams to get to the stage. They beat Inter Milan, who won the Serie A last season. Liverpool are here to stay, in my opinion, because looking at them versus Villarreal, although everyone loves an underdog story, I do think Liverpool will end up beating Villarreal, to be honest with you. As I said, Villarreal have a very good team. I think they've got brilliant individuals. Danjuma definitely has impressed me throughout the campaign so far. But as I said, looking at Liverpool as a whole, if they fix up the defensive errors that they've had from time to time, just the way that they attacked in that game, the way they've looked in general in the Premier League and Champions League, they should be the clear favourites for this one. Saying that, the game versus Manchester City about a week ago, as I said, not the best performance from them. Manchester City were by far the better team, and Liverpool almost lucky to get a draw from that. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, that does mean that, in my opinion, the Champions League final this season will be played between Real Madrid and Liverpool. Now, of course, there is no Loris Karius starting between the posts for Liverpool unless something goes horrifically wrong. So maybe Liverpool has a better chance versus Real Madrid this time around. Saying that, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen this. Loris Karius has absolutely bulked up, sitting on the bench for Liverpool as of late. So now that he kind of falls out at least half the goal automatically, maybe then they would stand a chance for him. But of course, Real Madrid versus Liverpool in the final. What a Champions League final that would be this season. But of course, that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for my Champions League semi-final prediction video. As I said, there are just massive games to talk about. These two semi-finals are absolutely gigantic, and the likelihood of me predicting them right, I mean, it's a very tricky one. As I said, guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts and predictions for the Champions League semi-finals? Who do you think will go through to the final? As I said, just looking at Real Madrid, just some of the performances they've had this season, I do think Man City could win it, but I do think Ancelotti's men will bring it home. Obviously, looking at Liverpool, Villarreal, obviously Villarreal have really shut down the favourites on all of their fixtures, but of course, can they do it again versus Liverpool? Are they not going to be tired by that stage? We know what Liverpool are capable of, but of course, we will never know until the time actually arrives, until the games are actually played, and of course, the score sheet is finalized. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe down below. It does of course help the channel out. Extremely close to 3,100 subscribers. It's literally in reach. I can almost grab it at this stage, along with hitting the like button down below. But of course guys, I'll see you very soon in another video. This has been Finn, FYNN. Cheers.